Hi there BookTube, it's Eleanor here, and today I am doing my monthly recommends video for September, and this month the recommendations we're meant to be giving are for books based around schools, so books set in schools. So I've got 5 books here today that I want to talk about. One, I've twisted it a little bit. It's a bit of a tenuous-ish link, but I really think that more people should read it, so I am going to talk about that one first. And that is I Am Malala, the girl who stood up for education and was shot by the Taliban, by Malala Yousafzai. This is a non-fiction book. Although it's not set in a school all the way through, it is definitely all about schools and education. Malala is the most amazing young woman that I've ever heard about and ever read about. She was shot point blank in the head by the Taliban and survived, and she was shot because she was standing up for education where she lived in the Swat Valley in northern Pakistan. And I just think this girl is absolutely amazing, and I think more people need to read this book. And as you can see, I have a physical copy. It's staying on my shelf forever because as many people as I can, I'm going to get to try and read it. So this is my non-fiction pick for this, of a book that's set around and in schools, because there is a lot of talk about schools and education in this. The next book slash series that I want to talk about that's set in a school is The School for Good and Evil by Soman Chainani. I absolutely adore this trilogy. I'm just about to start the 3rd book in the trilogy. It's just come out and I can't wait. I think this is sort of a middle grade type novel, but it doesn't matter. It is amazing. It doesn't feel middle grade. It feels just... It gives me those sort of same feelings I had when I read Harry Potter, and that is a big statement. It just feels like the world is very well thought out and complete. It's about 2 girls. It's about a school with 2 halves, one to train up the princesses and the heroes and princes, one to train up those that are going to be the bad guys and the evil ones and the sort of nemesis of the good ones. And it's about 2 girls that possibly end up in the wrong school, but we're never sure. It's about their lives. It's about growing up and so much more, but the fantasy elements are brilliant and I just adore it, and more people need to read it. So that is a big recommendation from me. The next book I want to recommend is All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven. If you haven't read this already or heard about it, this book is set in a school. It's about 2 teenagers, a girl and a boy. They meet one day when they are both contemplating suicide at the top of a tower in their school, and for one reason or another they form a friendship and a bond, and they go on a journey of self-discovery, and we learn more about mental illness and losing someone you love and forming friendships in unlikely places and healing and grief, and I just really enjoyed reading this story. The next book I want to talk to you about is The Sky is Everywhere by Jandy Nelson. Now, although the main element of this isn't school, the person in the book is in school, so you could say it is a school story, although school isn't the main aspect, so maybe I'm creating a tenuous link here, but I just wanted to talk about it. I absolutely loved this story. It made me cry. It's about a young girl whose sister has died, and it's how she copes with grief. I just really enjoyed this. It's a coming of age story. It has a love and a romance aspect to it, and although I think a lot of us that have read it just really were frustrated with the main character at times and felt like some of her actions were wrong, but I think if you think back to your childhood and your teenage years, if you're older than a teenager, or if you're a teenager now, you can see that those choices are ones that are very easily made. So I received this book when I went to a press event, and I haven't read this one because I'd already read it, but I want to give this away to someone. So what I want you to do is, just in the comment of this video, leave me your best book, your favourite book set in a school, and I'm going to just randomly pick one of the comments, and whoever wins can get a copy. This copy, I will send it to you in the post because I feel like more people need to read it. And then the final book I want to talk about is called Only Ever Yours by Louise O'Neill. This is a young adult story set in a dystopian world where girls are born via test tube, they are created and they are moulded in this school to be the perfect wives. The girls are bred because people aren't able to give birth to girls anymore, and they are trained through the schooling to become companions. Those picked to become a companion of a man go on to do that, and those left behind become concubines or become teachers in the school themselves. There's not a great lot of options for women, and in fact there's no options because none of these choices come down to the women. This was a really good book. It filled me with emotion. I didn't see where it was going. It was a interesting read and just really highlighted certain things in today's society which are already there, which was really scary. And I definitely recommend this book as a book set in schools. So that's all my recommendations for this month, and I hope you liked this video. As I say, let me know down below your favourite book set in a school, and I will randomly pick a winner and send that person a copy of The Sky is Everywhere by Jandy Nelson. So thanks for watching, and I look forward to speaking to you all soon. Bye for now, BookTube.